Thank you, and welcome to our winter concert. I promise that I'm going to keep my comments brief so that we have more music, and there's a football game going on that starts at 7. So I can't promise 7, but we're going to try for it. So I know that's near and dear to the playoffs. The playoffs are here. So here we go. Our next piece. We're trying to show off a lot of the things that we have been working on this quarter, this semester with this concert. And so this next piece, I'm telling you that we're working on crescendos and diminuendos to let you know to listen for it, but also to remind the orchestra students that we are going to demonstrate crescendos and decrescendos in this piece, and hopefully they will do a good job for you. this next piece, Dragon Hunter. I can't think of a piece that is more of a favorite for our 6th and 7th graders. It's such a favorite that I still get seniors going, can we play Dragon Hunter? Can you write a high school version of Dragon Hunter? They just love this piece, and so we hope you love it too. All right, while we shift around a little bit, I want to tell you about this next piece that we're going to play for you. I told the students this. This piece is called Two Christmas Favorites, which I think is kind of funny because neither of these songs was originally a Christmas song. The two Christmas favorites are What Child Is This?, which is actually Greensleeves, which originally had nothing to do with Christmas. And then the other one is the Ukrainian Bell Carol, which is almost seasonal because it's a New Year's Day piece in Ukraine, but it is not a Christmas song. But here we have two Christmas favorites. And you're going to hear a subset of the 7th grade orchestra play. This is the OT orchestra, so this is the students that are not in choir that come to me every day, and some of the OT students like to do study hall work in there, and some of them like to play. And so these are the students that have been mostly playing during OT, so we're going to play this for you. If this is the first time you've been to a 6th and 7th grade concert, I should explain a little bit of what's going on right now. In orchestra, there are two violin sections. There's the first violin section, which usually sits on this side, and the second violin section that usually sits on this side. And sometimes the firsts have harder music, sometimes the seconds have harder music, but usually what it means is the first violin parts are higher, and the second violin parts are lower. So like sopranos in choir, altos in choir, although it's not exactly that. But at this level, we're really trying to make sure that everybody learns both parts. So we try to about halfway through the concert have a little switch over, and so that they get used to playing both parts. So that's what's going on right there. this next piece is going to feature the 7th graders. And one of the 7th grade students asked me, can we do this piece? And I was like, the first answer was maybe, or maybe meaning probably not. And then I went looking and found a version of this piece that would be really great for the 7th grade orchestra, because it's going to show off all the things we've been working on trying to move our fingers around and get in tune. So it's got some kind of interesting harmonies in it. And if you've ever seen the movie Home Alone, this is Star of Bethlehem from Home Alone. It's one of the darker, well, there's a lot of darkness in that movie, but there's some fun stuff. But it's also kind of the most reflective part of the movie when, like, he's actually missing his parents and going, God, I kind of miss my family. So. Sometimes I like to challenge the students. Sometimes I like to give them something to work on for a whole long time. Like the 6th graders started Fancy Fiddles way back in May last year, so they've had it quite a while. This one, they got exactly 1 month ago. And we had a break, just like the rest of y'all. So we've learned this one in under 4 weeks, and I think it's pretty impressive. This piece, the Nutcracker, Trey Peck. This next one, featuring the 7th grade, is kind of a mashup of the Ukrainian bell carol meets mid-70s rock and roll. So I know I'm starting to date myself, but there's a few people out there that will be able to know what 70s rock and roll sounded like. So before we play our last piece, I would like to thank you for coming tonight, and hope you enjoy hearing what we've been working on this first semester. Look forward to seeing you again in May or at one of our concerts in between that doesn't even involve these kids. This last piece, Wenceslas, is kind of a, if Good King Wenceslas was a superhero, this is what the movie about him would sound like. This is like the soundtrack of that movie. At the beginning, it's kind of dark and creepy, and there's like a big battle scene, and then there's kind of like a triumphant ending. So we hope you enjoy this one.
Thank you.